All right, in this detailed tutorial video, I'm going to show you exactly how to install these Harley OEM fairing lowers on your 24 or new touring model with the newly redesigned fairing. Welcome back, bikeaholics. Ryan Urlacher, lawabidingbiker.com. Always thank you. That's right, you, for checking back in. All right, we will be installing these fairing lowers on my 24 Street Glide. They are paint matched OEM. The paint match is really nice. Now, these are the newly redesigned one for the newer models. They do look different from the old ones. Obviously, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I will say, when these first came out, it didn't take long and they really grew on me, and I really like the looks of them. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, I haven't run lowers in the past, but we're headed to Canada for 12 days here shortly. Gonna lay a lot of miles. You never know what kind of weather you're gonna get in Canada. We're gonna be all the way in the Yukon territory. Anyways, I thought it would be a great trip to test these lowers. Now, I'll be shooting a documentary film up there, and those episodes will release on this channel later here in 2025. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell icon so you're notified when I drop those and many other videos. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is remove the radiator shroud. There's two rubber grommets, one top, bottom on both sides, and just plastic pins that go into it. Easiest way is just pry up at the top here. I'm kind of just prying out and away, you can see there. And I'll do the same on the bottom there. And I'll go around to the other side and pop those two. So I've got my bike on a lift. It does help to turn the wheel to get this shroud out of here. But you can also, if you're comfortable, just work it down below the fender. And once I get it below the fender, I can just work it out the other side. All right, now we're gonna sneak up in here. There's two bolts right here. All right, and with a 3/16 hex head wrench, I can start loosening these. And I'll go to this one on this side and start loosening it. On each side right here is your main crash bar support bolt, so I'm gonna work on this. And this guy here is a Torx T45. And we'll go around to the other side and get that one. And same on this side, Torx T45. And so that's why we only loosened these two top ones, because once they're loose, there's cutouts basically, and they slide up and off of those bolts. And now we can just work on sliding this out from underneath here. And with your 3/16 hex head, you'll just want to make sure and tighten these two upper mounting bolts back down, because they secure your voltage regulator. All right, so the spring clip comes with your new engine guards. You'll notice the threaded side there. That is going to go inward, and this guy slides right here up over this hole in your frame, and we'll secure that in place. All right, so I've worked my new engine guards into place here, minding the alignment of the lower two holes, and then of course this upper hole, in which there's a hole in this bracket. And this bolt with washer comes in your kit with your engine guards. It has a thread lock on it already. And I can just align this with this spring clip here, and I'll get this started. And I can go ahead, get that aligned with the spring clip there and start threading it in. Now that's all I'm gonna do at this point. I wanna leave it loose so I can align my lower two holes. We're gonna reuse the bolts on both lower holes. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. You'll note I put a little blue Loctite on that guy. And again, just starting this, I'm leaving it loose so I can go line up the hole on the other side here. And again, this is a Torx T25, and I'm just snugging these down, and then we'll do final torque value on them. We're gonna be torquing multiple things down in the video. These are my beloved torque wrenches, had them for many years, tried and tested. And I love them because they're digital and they're calibrated. When you get them, they come in a set like this, smaller and larger, digital screen, and a nice audible tone when you're reaching your torque value. And if you're interested in these, I'll link to them in the description below. And these two lower bolts calling for 15 to 20 foot-pounds. All right, I'm using the smaller of the two torque wrenches on the top bolt here, and it's calling for 22 to 28 foot-pounds. All right, so next find your left-hand storage compartment. Looks like that. If you're not sure, it is marked LH for left hand. And you'll note these two threaded holes right there. Those coincide with these two. There's one on the bottom right there. You can see that guy. That's gonna line up with this hole. So I'll go ahead and set this into place like so. And your kit comes with a lot of different hardware. There's 6 of these longer bolts with washers. We'll use 3 on this side for these holes and 3 on the other side. I'm going up through the bottom here first. Get this finger started, and I'm not going to tighten anything down because I want to be able to line up these other 2 holes. Got the top one started and the bottom one. And I'm just going to tighten these down with my fingers all the way. And these are a Torx T27. And I'm going to torque these down 45 to 55 inch-pounds. And just real quick, we'll get right back into your video. As you can imagine, a lot of man hours and expenses go into keeping this channel going strong. There is a way you can support us by becoming a patron member. I will link to it in the description below. There are benefits for becoming a member, such as t-shirts and stickers. You get access to the private Facebook group, which is a troll-free zone. It really is nothing but bikers helping bikers in there. You get access to live video broadcasts and chat podcasts early, premium videos up on request, and of course, access to those ride, meetup, and events. We appreciate you considering becoming a patron member. Let's get back into your video. Next, you want to find your left-hand inner fairing piece. And if you're not sure if it's left-hand, it too is marked LH. This, of course, is going to go on here in a minute, but you'll want to make very close note of this guy right here. This is your vent pin, and you can see when I move that, it opens and closes the vent. So I'm going to start with it in the closed position, but I'm going to be referencing this vent pin. And so up in here is a fork, and that vent pin is going to go in that fork. So when we're putting this on, we have to make sure that that pin goes in the fork. Because underneath here is another lever, and once that pin is in the fork, that's going to allow me to operate this vent by reaching down here and either turning it inward or outward. I'm going to start with it outward. That's the closed position. Inward would be the open position. So I'm going to start with everything closed. And for installation of the inner fairing piece, 3 of the 6 shorter bolts and washers. Also worth noting on the inner fairing piece are these 2 pegs. Those are going to go in the grommets where we took out the OEM radiator shroud. And for reference, that's here and here. So I'm going to move this into place, and yes, there's a lot to line up. You just have to take your time here. We want that vent pin in the fork. At the same time, I'm looking down here and lining my 2 pegs up with the rubber grommets, and then of course the 3 holes that will align with the entire assembly here. And to help me get that pin in the fork and all that, I could not do it without my beloved Pocket 6.5 FLEXI light available in the Law Abiding Biker store. I'll link to it in the description below. It's an amazing light. It's got a flex head. I did a whole video on it. Go to the product listing, scroll down in the Law Abiding Biker store, and the video is right there. But I can position that head and flex it in any way I want for these really peculiar positions. It's got a magnet on the bottom. It's also got a hang hook. It's got a shirt clip if you want to put on your shirt, plus a double swivel so you can really get it on something big. A bunch of different brightness modes, and just super bright and super handy. Can't recommend it enough. Link description below. So I've got my FLEXI light into position here, and I can see this pin really good, making sure that I'm getting it in between the fork there, and also lining up my 2 pegs with the rubber grommets here, double checking my pin there. And with the pin lined up, I'm popping my 2 grommets in here, the pegs into the grommets, I should say. That's kind of going to hold everything in place. And to make sure I got my pin in the fork, I can go ahead and operate the vent with the lever here. And again, inward is open and out is closed, and everything seems to be working just fine. You can see down there my vent opening and closing, so I can go ahead and get the bolts in. And I'm just getting my top bolt started here. Again, I'm not tightening anything down because I want to get the other 2 holes lined up first. The other hole is right here, and then there's one right inside here that I got started. And then I'll also torque all 3 of these 45 to 55 inch-pounds. All right, now we're going to install the left side fairing piece here, the color matched one. And there is a grommet, and there's 2 of them. One goes on each side. I'll show you where that goes in a moment. You'll know this is left side because it is marked LT, the other one is RT. Okay, this is your rubber grommet here, and you'll see one side has a cone side and then it has a flat side, all right? The flat side goes to the outside and the cone side goes in. And if we come down here, coming off your new engine guards is a bracket and a large hole there. and that is where your rubber grommet is actually going to go. And if you just kind of twist it around, it's actually pretty easy here, and I just worked it right into place. Okay, so I want you to note, we just put this rubber grommet in here, that bracket off your engine guards. Already in place is a grommet there, another one there, you've got one here, and another one right here. And so you've got 5 posts coming off your color matched fairing piece here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each of those, of course, is going to line up with your grommets as we set this into place. And that's really all I'm doing here, is kind of situating it so I can see that all the grommets and posts are lining up here. Once I get things sort of into place, I can start pushing this piece and working each post into its appropriate grommet. There we go. That guy's situated. And so this side is complete and assembled. I'm going to move over to the right side and follow the same exact procedures. And if you appreciate this very detailed tutorial video and all the videos we put out on this channel to help as many bikers as we can worldwide, please consider supporting us by shopping in the law-abiding biker store. We are just a bootstrap company of bikers trying to help as many bikers as we can worldwide. We appreciate every customer. We'll definitely take care of you, and we're always bringing new biker-approved products to the store, so check back often. All right, you'll see up in there where the 2 fairings come together there's a hole and a tab behind, and they line up together. This little guy here comes in your kit. That's what's going to go in that hole there. All right, now go ahead and get this lined up here, and you can actually just take this guy and just push it in with your finger, and that will secure it. Okay, and then your new radiator grill comes with the kit. You'll note on the bottom is where those 2 tabs are going to go in, and then these 2 wings up here go on the top. So we'll turn this around. The way we do this is we slide it in. We want these top wings to slide in first, so I can slide it up and I can feel the other side's in place too. And once those top ones are in place, that's where you slide these tabs and click them into place on the bottom on both sides there. And I can reach across and grab the other one there. Also worth noting, in your kit comes 2 reflectors. You can put those on if you're running OEM inverted forks. I'm not going to be using these. All right, I just want to show you guys real quick, aside from the protection that you get from the elements and weather, you also on both sides get nice additional storage, and it just pushes and closes, and nice deep glove box back in there for all your knickknacks and stuff, so that's going to be super nice. And you still got plenty of engine guard here coming out, so you can install your highway pegs. I'll be putting my awesome CIRO 3D engine guard highway pegs on there, transitioning them from my other engine guards, and those are available in the Law Abiding Biker store also, and I'll link to them in the description below. I love those things.